Everybody, welcome, Falcon, Prison Architect. We're gonna finally be starting up a series of Prison Architect, which is a game that I've gotten a lot of requests throughout my channel's lifespan, or at least until when I started doing RimWorld actually cover. And it's not a game that I'm necessarily opposed to covering at any time. When it was requested of me, I just really didn't really have the time to actually get into it. And I recently just actually sat down with it, and I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I figured, you know what? Let's finally do it, let's do some Prison Architect. So, we're going to treat this like I normally treat my RimWorld series and other series where I rename characters. And what I mean by that, in case you're new to the channel, is if you would like to be renamed after one of the lowly prisonal scums that we will be housing in our prison, go ahead and leave me in the comments your name. Just be like, Falcon, I want to be part of your Prison Architect thing. Name me after so-and-so, I will add you to a list, and I will rename you when the time comes. Now, mind you, here's what I'm going to say. This is a quasi-sign-up because I'm not entirely sure whether you could rename prisoners or not. I figure you probably can if you edit files, so I'm not opposed to doing that. I'm not sure if you can. I haven't looked into it. If you guys are aware, if you know if it's possible, let me know in the comments, and thanks for your help. Otherwise, I'll go out and look for it myself if it's possible. Again, if it's possible, I will be renaming, so for that instance, leave your name down below and I will do it. If it's not possible, then unfortunately I apologize. The reason why I'm saying it's not possible is because Prison Architect did have an incentive whenever you do buy it that you could actually pay a little bit more in order for the developers to add you into the game. And they will give you your own bio and your own little character, etc, etc. So it's a little bit of incentive to pay a little bit more. So because of that fact, I'm not sure if it's possible or not, if they've, removed that, or if it's ever been a feature, I'm not entirely sure. So if it's possible and you know how, let me know. And secondly, if you want to be a criminal scumbag, let me know in the comments, Falcon. I want to be, the lowliest scum alive, and I will go ahead and rename you. So all that said and done, let's get the game going on over here. I am starting off with a medium-sized map because I kind of have the RimWorld mentality where I like to build big. And you are limited with money and how much your cash flow is daily, and all that's going to dictate what you can build and what you should be building. So right now I'm going to pause the game, just because I need to set up some groundworks for our base over here. Not really our base, but our prison. I'm thinking we do a little bit of an intro area over here, and then we'll do a holding cell. The way I figured this is going to work out is I need to put this in... Normally you want to go with odds. That's what I like to do, because I like to center my doors. But the double jail The double jail doors actually require 2 spots. So because of that, we're going to be building 10 by 9. So it's going to be 10 by 9. And I'll show you the reasoning why I'm doing this. And then that's going to be our first little foundation over here. We're going to be using concrete because brick sounds a little bit too nice for these lowly scums. They get concrete, not bricks. And then over here, we want to do the same thing just about. So we'll have a door here, a door here. And then in terms of this, we're going to have, I'm going to say, probably 4. 4 up. And then 4 down. And then we're going to stretch this down, I would say probably, I don't need like a big-ass holding cell. So let's do roughly that. I think that'll work out relatively good for us. Let's get the game going on over here. Now, what I'm doing right now is setting up a foundation. Unlike RimWorld where you just instantly build stuff, you could do that here. But in order to actually have lights and a way to route pipes through your prison, you are going to actually set up a foundation in order to do so. So we're going to have that up and running. The other thing I need to do is actually set up, as I was talking about pipes and energy over here, we need a power station. So power stations and room's going to be roughly over here. If it will allow me to build it, you're not going to allow me to build it. Why is that? What do you have against me building there? Is it because of that tree? Well, then knock the tree down, man. Who cares about nature right now? We're trying to house inmates over here. Dangerous inmates. Yeah, so you can see here, this tree is kind of in the way. Can somebody come and dismantle this tree really quickly? Please? That'd be really great. And let's, sack? Oh no, don't sack the workmen. This isn't football. Yeah, let's set this up for dismantlement, and so is this one, alrighty. Somebody will do it soon. The other thing I want to do is actually hire a few more workmen. This will actually cost us money and more daily cash flow in the negatives. But however, if we have more workmen, we'll have more people working, and that's always a good thing. You start off with 8 people. Let me move it up to 11 right now. Now, a little bit of Prison Architect, the background on it, is that obviously you're going to be building a prison in order to house criminals, and your job is to kind of keep their life relatively okay so they don't riot and they don't try to break out and escape, because these scumbags will want to escape. They will dig tunnels under jail cells, they will crawl through sewage holes, through miles of shit just to get out of here. Not that I blame them, I mean, I would probably do the same thing if I was in jail. I mean, unless you enjoy sodomy, but if you enjoy sodomy, that's fine. I mean, I'm just, judging you for your own vindictions here. But, I just wouldn't be okay with, Big Bubba coming into my jail cell every night and being like, hey, Falcon, it's that time again. And I'd be like, you know what, man? Don't, alrighty? It hurts, alright? Stop it. So, we're gonna be doing this, and, you know, it's really uncomfortable. I'm gonna stop talking about that. Let me put a jail door cell here, here, and here. Now, I'm doing this because these require guards to actually open, meaning these pesky individuals won't want to get out or can't get out unless they get the keys. Not sure if that's possible. Again, there's a lot of the stuff about this game that I'm not aware of, so I do know the basics to the most part, but not everything. So if you guys are more familiar with it, please let me know exactly. If you guys want to start leaving me tips too, please go ahead. I am not opposed to it. And I could build this now. I still can't build it. Why is that happening? Alrighty, log. You are kind of in the way here, so you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, get those logs out of the way, please. Tree stump. Really, this tree stump's gonna just, like, be a dick over here. Alright, the stack. You know what? For now, let me just sell the object, just because I don't care for it. Let me pause this momentarily. Let me go over here, and we will try to set up this power station, which is almost impossible because of that tree stump. Alright, thank you, tree stump. You're ruining my plans over here. I'm just throwing that out there. There's other trees in the way. Okay. Forestry, will you stop it, please? Alright, you know what I'm gonna be doing? Alright, fuck that. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to switch up my game plan here. Staff door here. Either way, we're gonna have to build offices for our non-criminals, by the way, so it's fine. We're gonna just switch it up a little bit here. We're gonna be doing that. And then on this side, I will be... Where is the utilities thing now? Down here. We will be doing the power station down over here. And then we'll do a water pump station right next to it. Probably connected, maybe? Nah. That's fine. We'll rock it. We'll rock this way, and then we will rock the power station that way. Just so I could kind of run some walls around it if I really want to. I'm not sure how pleasing it is to the eyes to see just water stations and electrical plants outside of a location over here. So we'll be doing that. Then the second thing we want to do is also add a few capacitors to our power plant in order to generate a little bit more electricity. There you go. Now you're probably noticing these blinking lights over here. You're wondering what the hell that's all about. These are lights, and obviously lights require electricity in order to turn on, right? Pretty basic. I mean, even I know that. And I'm not a genius by any means of the imagination. Oh, before we get on any more though, this is how much money we have right now to build, right? In order to get more money, you are advised to go into your reports and go into your grants. Over here, you could pick grants in order. These will do, as you can see over here, for instance, Basic Detention Center. It'll give you $20,000 up front, and then once you complete it, it'll give you another $10,000. Obviously, this is not free money. This is all money that's based on what you have to accomplish. So, for instance, we will be taking this one. This will give us $20,000 off the bat, and then once we complete it, $10,000 more. And we will also be doing the Administration Center, which lets you build your own offices for your own workers. And we will be taking that one as well. Alrighty, so we'll cancel out of that. You can only take 2 at a time, to my knowledge. At least I think for now. Maybe it increases later. I'm not entirely sure. If you guys know, let me know. So there we go. Now, we're gonna have power over here, water over here. Now, these lights have to be lit up a little bit here. So what I'm gonna be thinking about doing is running utilities, go into electrical cables here, and let's see, you, my friend, are gonna be running this way. And then this way too. I will tell you why I'm running it this way right now really soon, because I have a plan. I have a master plan, because you know what? I have to be wiser than these criminal scum in order to actually hold them down. So we're doing that right here. The electrical cables don't exactly work like RimWorld, for instance, where you have to connect everything through it. These guys have like, I guess extensions that actually extend all the way down. Like for instance, there you go. See how everything over here lit up? These black lines over here will tell you the extension of that power. So we'll be doing that. We actually need some for this too. Now, what this has done for me, though, it has switched up my game plan a little bit, because now my holding cell is going to be down over here for reasons which I will soon explain why. Alrighty, so we have that. This is all looking pretty good right now. Let's go into the holding cell. Again, we have to complete all these tasks in order to get $10,000 more. We need a holding cell. In order to get a holding cell, you want to label an area as such. So holding cell, let me set this down and I'll explain the basics of it here really soon. Alrighty, so let me do my holding cell up through here. Alrighty. Now, once this is set up, this holding cell will tell you what it requires in order to pass. It needs a minimum space of 5 by 5, which we do have. However, we don't have an enclosed area. We'll take care of that soon. It's not indoors yet. We'll take care of that soon. It needs a bench, which it pass. There's no bench there. It might be a little bit momentary glitch here. It needs to kind of go forward. There you go. Failed. So, it is indoors, but we need a bench and a toilet, which we will build soon. Now, I have this door over here just kind of flying in space. That's not good. What I wanted to do over here is set up some concrete walls. Now, if I'm right, this door needs to close down this way, so we'll do a That right there, and then this right here. And then this door will close this way, and boom, you'll be good to go. Alrighty. Let's get the game going. Now, actually no, let's stop. The reason why I'm stopping so much is not because I have a tendency to stop block, because I like to think, kind of in my head, picture what I'm going to be doing, but our first 8 prisoners will be coming in 20 hours, so you want to have everything kind of set up by then. You could always delay this, but, you know, I don't want to delay it. So I'd just rather have what I need to have going before they get here. Let me go into objects, and we need to set up a toilet over here. Now, mind you, these prisoner scums made a decision in life. They decided to be the most asshole individuals in society, so much that we had to lock them away. So, I'm not going to be building a door or a little wall around the toilet. No, they could pee in public. They could pee in front of their other criminal scum friends here. We want a bench. Where's my bench? Over here. Now, I'm doing this because if they need to take a shit, they need to take a leak, they want to go in there and masturbate or whatever, we are going to make that possible for them, but in front of their other friends. So, you know, they feel a little bit of humility, you know, a little bit of embarrassment as to why they decided to be here. Because, you know, we could all be criminals if we wanted to, right? You guys could, I could, but we choose not to, right? I mean, unless you are and you haven't been caught. If you haven't been caught, then, you know, I guess, you know, more power to you for, I don't know, outdoing society, outdoing the law, whatever it might be. Alright, so we have some walls over here. We also need to set up a door. Now, let's see here. What do we want for this door? Do I want another big jail cell door or just a small one? I'm going to go with a small one just because I feel that'll be enough for a holding cell area. So this will be completed as soon as the toilet is done because we already have one bench. And you'll see right now this actually takes place. This needs water though. Holding cell needs to be enclosed, so as soon as this door is set up, we'll be good to go, right? Boom. It's done. Now, I messed up on the toilet. This needed to be over here because it's closer to the pump, but it's fine. I'll just route some pipes over here and we'll take advantage of it that way. So, in terms of the pipes, here's what I wanted to explain as well. We have the capacitors running, our power is pretty good right now. So, let's go into our large pipe. Now, the large pipe is good because it routes more water than small pipes. I think small pipes have a limit as to how far they could actually route. So, large pipes are better because of that. However, not only do they cost more, read this right here. Distributes a large amount of water around your prison, probably big enough for someone to crawl to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness, and that's exactly what they will do. These criminals will do everything to get out of jail, and you know, I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to be locked up either. I would not survive in prison. So I'm gonna run. No, actually, let's stop this. Let me run this down through under this wall, I would say. Yes. Alrighty, I'm gonna run it down under through this wall, and then I'm gonna do a small pipe right about there. Okay. Now, let's get the game going on over here. Again, there's gonna be a lot of pausing just because I need to kind of gather my thoughts as to how I want to do this. So we have all this up and running. This I could enclose, but it's not really a necessity right now. The second thing I want to do is we need a shower and we need a yard. Let's focus on the yard first and then the shower. Because shower area, I could put it over here momentarily. That would probably be a bad idea. Yeah, but I don't want, like, you know, nude fucking criminals over here just showering while we still have some decent people coming in here to, you know, visit people, right? And, you know, my workers seeing these, you know, criminal dongs just flapping around. So I won't do that just yet there. What I'm going to be doing is doing a yard, which we kind of need over here. So, for the yard, let's go ahead and do a brick wall. Down towards here. Remember, these guys are criminals, you know, I'm not going to give them a big yard. I mean, again, they've made their choices in life. Let me zoom in here. Looking at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, is it? Am I doing brick walls? Stop the game. Cancel it all. Oh my lord. Alright, demolish this wall, demolish this one and this one. And let's cancel this out. Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. We're gonna do... Actually, you know what? Maybe brick walls wouldn't be the worst thing for the yard. You know what? I'm gonna change my stance here. We'll do brick walls, after all. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I was going for. So, let me do the same over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a planning tool as well that you could use. I'm just terrible at using it. I just live by the sword and die by the sword. Alright, and my yard's gonna extend down to, at least for now, here. Because, again, we will expand this later on once we get more people. But, you know, for now it's not gonna be especially huge prison whatsoever. So, later on we will expand it. But for now, I think this is gonna be more than enough. So, we'll do here and here. And that's all set up, right? Good. So it'll be like a relatively small yard for now. Again, I'm limiting myself because I have a tendency to, you know, plan big. What the fuck just happened to my walls? Oh, I press right click. Okay, game. You're gonna play asshole mode on me, right? That's fine. I could do... Oh, no, it's there. It's there, right? It is there. Okay. Oh, it's there. It's just... Right, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and dignify this area as a yard. We need to go into rooms for that. Not really a room, but you know. Yard, where are you? One of the things I have to get used to is where the items or the boundaries are, these or where the items are located. I mean, I have a problem with RimWorld, and I've been playing that game for just about ever now, longer than I've been born probably. So even I have a problem with that, you can imagine I have a problem with this here. So this will be my yard area. Excelente. All good. Looking pretty good. Now, the yard requires what? Just build a yard and it'll be done? Okay, good. Actually, secure. Well, yeah. It'll be secure once the doors or the walls are finished here. We need a kitchen and we need a canteen. The canteen is where prisoners go to eat, in case you're not familiar with fancy lingo. Think of it as a cafeteria, but you call it a canteen because, you know, they're criminal scum after all. And we also have a kitchen over here. Alrighty, so we'll be doing that really soon. I'm thinking probably, where do we do it? Where do you guys think is a good idea? Over here, a canteen and a we need to put them next to each other, which, it's only because the chefs will be able to stock the food a lot easier, so I don't want to build a cafeteria here and a kitchen here, because then they have to travel all the way over there, which, you know, it's not nonsensical, honestly. I'm thinking probably down over here because, you know, the water pump's closer and it'll be able to power up things in the kitchen a lot easier, right? Yeah, I think that sounds about right. So down here will be this location, so let's do a foundation. And we will be doing, we're gonna go back to concrete for this. I'm only doing brick for the yard. So, I would like a little bit of a hallway, in a sense, to break up the yard with the canteen and infirmary, or the kitchen, right? So how about we do... Is this even? It better be even, goddammit. Doesn't look even. I think it's even. Alright, so what we'll do is this way. We'll do a small little hallway. Like up to here. Alrighty. Now, that's going to be that. And then we're going to set this up as a... probably a kitchen and canteen, right? So let's go and do this roughly... it's a good size for a kitchen and a canteen, maybe? 14 by 18? Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Alright. Now, we'll get out of here before I cancel it by mistake, because I have a tendency to do that. Now, we need doors over here, obviously, to get through there. And I wanted to set up another jail cell door over here, the double doors, just to, you know, again, we want to secure this area completely. Now, the downside of the doors is that guards will have to open them manually, so you have to have some guards stationed over here to open that, or else otherwise, you know, the prisoners will be like, hey, I want to get some food, I can't get in there. I'm gonna start, you know, shitting myself and punching walls because I'm so mad. And I'll be like, you know what, that's really irrational, punching the wall with your fist, considering, you know, it might hurt yourself a bit, but, you know, you guys are criminals after all, so, you know, you live by a different stasis of life than, you know, most other human beings do after all. Alright, so the yard is complete, the holding cell is complete, kitchen will be completed as soon as this is all set up over here. Now, we might as well probably start routing some power over here, but I'll hold off on that for a second. So this will be going up and running. Now, meanwhile this goes on, we need to hire at least 2 guards and 2 chefs. We'll probably do that once we get closer to the prisoners getting here. Administration office, alrighty. Build 2 offices, hire a warden, unlock finance through bureaucracy, and hire an accountant. Alrighty, I'm thinking our office will probably be over here, because it's closer to the kitchen, right? And then I want to keep the prisoners away from my regular day-to-day workers, so I'll probably make the jail cells, at least for now, up to this area more than likely. Alrighty, so what's happening over here? This is kind of like a really weird setup here. You guys are going to complete this, right? Because that looks kind of awkward. So let's forward time a little bit here so they can get this done. Alrighty. Keep going, keep doing your thing. Is that it? Okay. Requires an entrance. Well, there is an entrance right there. There's a door. Foundations in progress. Well, I mean, how about you finish it, though? Are you guys stuck there? You guys aren't stuck, are you? Okay. Setting up the lights. Right, I understand what you're doing right now. You're working on something, right? Should I have just built, like, regular walls for this? I think that's what I should have done. I think I probably made a big, doo-doo error here. No, something's happening here right now. Is it? No. Okay. Alright, never mind me. I'm just a big idiot. All you had to do was apparently, after I built the brick walls, all I did was just label this as a foundation, and there you go. Now this is still here. That's the other problem. So, you know, out of the fire into the frying pan, or out of the frying pan into the fire. Are you gonna come do over here something for me? Yeah, like, you know, yeah, good. Yeah, put, like, floor down, floor down, and get rid of this weird bar over here, too. Foundation's in progress, I mean, whatever's gonna happen, they're gonna do it right now, right? Is that what you're doing? I mean, it's still in... Yeah, fine, there you go. That's good enough, I guess. We could just now quickly get rid of this situation here, and we'll get rid of that. There you go. No, not a big deal, right? Let's go into brick wall, and we'll demolish walls. There you go. Boom. That's gonna be demolished, and we'll have our intro here, or enter here, and enter there. There we go. Okay. That was really weird. Let's actually end the episode here because I need to make sure I don't put my foot in my mouth yet again next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it so far. Again, it's starting off really slow. We have 13 hours into our prisoners get here. We have a canteen and what is it? The canteen and the kitchen on this side. Then in the next episode, I think we're gonna start building some jail cells over here. And what else do we need to figure out? We also need to start doing the administration center and start setting up some rooms over here for our regular day-to-day workers. So again, we have to do that all in 13 hours because I don't want to delay them. I want them to come in 8 hours and do stuff over here. But so far, this is what's going on. Again, if you guys want to be part of the series itself, let me know in the comments. Falcon, I want to be named after a prisoner, and we'll take care of you, assuming it's possible. And again, if you know how to do it, let me know. It'll make it a lot easier for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this first episode. I encourage you to leave a thumbs up, leave a like. The support really means a lot, especially for a new series. That's always really appreciative. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You're having a good time probably watching, maybe. Me blundering around. I'm having a good time playing it, so hey, it's a pretty good affair. I'll catch you guys next time.